Welcome back, everyone. We are about to go on our second road trip of the 2023 summer season in the Tesla. We are going from Ohio again, ending up in Ocean City, Maryland. We're going for Ocean's Calling Music Festival. We're leaving. It's Friday right now. It's 9:46 in the morning. We're only going to the festival on Saturday, and then we're traveling like 10 hours today. We're gonna camp tonight, go to the festival tomorrow, camp tomorrow night, and leave Sunday. So I just want to do a quick overview of what we've packed for camping and traveling on our second trip. Up front here we have, this is all of the outdoor stuff I don't want in the car. We have our umbrella. Well, this is our big umbrella if it rains while we cook. Small umbrella, citronella candle. This is a little lantern, and then we have these are all window covers. This one and most of these bags are window covers. This Tesla bag, I have my adapters for charging. I'll talk about that in a minute. And then I have tongs here, and then whatever that thing's called, like the fork that you can stick marshmallows and hot dogs on or whatever. Yeah, so for charging we have, I'm still plugged in here at home, but I'll either be using the 1450 or I have a TT30 adapter, and we'll be plugged in the whole time. Okay, in the back we have, this is our cooler with food, and then this is a little fridge. We're gonna plug this in when we get there. We're just using the cooler to transport it. In this bag we have some cooking utensils or like appliances we can plug in, like an egg maker and like a George Foreman grill, just so we can cook on in case it rains, because I'm not sure if we have a grill at the site or not. It seems like we don't. And then in the back seat here we just have set up the test camp mattress here, extra blankets, pillows. Yeah, so we'll be sleeping in here, camp mode. I think that's it. So I will check back in before we leave, and we might have some more bags here. Road snacks, some packed stuff. This is like the only spot you can store stuff is under here with the bed set up, or up here. And then once you set up, we'll move our stuff into the front seat for storage so we can lay in the back. Okay. So we'll be starting at 96. That's perfect. So I'm just gonna go ahead and unplug this and get this mobile charger and my adapter packed away for charging at the campsite. Alright, we're getting ready to take off. I'm just gonna throw in the address of the campground that we're staying at and let it work. So we have 3 charging stops coming up in New Springfield. New Springfield is our first stop. I'm gonna look on the map here if it'll load and see. I don't think I've ever been there. Oh, so it's just on the, sorry, there's Ohio, so it's just on the Ohio-Pennsylvania border going east. New Springfield, Ohio, Glacier Hills Service Plaza, 250 kilowatt, 8 stalls. Sucks because we're at 60%, so I know you normally would want to run the battery out lower before you stop the charge, just to keep max charge speeds up. Alright, we're going. I'll update before we leave, but it's still early. I don't think we're gonna eat. I don't have to use the bathroom. We only drove for like an hour, so we'll probably just sit here for a little bit and then I'll update on our next stop. It only has us here 5 minutes, and then it wants us to go to Somerset, Pennsylvania, get there with 15%. So I'm just gonna do what it says. It says we're done.
Are you kidding?
I'm gonna let this process because it still says calculating, and then I'll check in, but it looks like we're about to leave shortly. We've only been charging for like 2 minutes. Alright, it stopped loading and it says we'll get to Somerset Supercharger with 21%, and we've only been charging, does it even tell me? I mean, it's gotta be less than 5 minutes, but I don't want to sit around and spend more money than I need to, so I'm just gonna leave and we'll meet up at Somerset, Pennsylvania. Alright, we just stopped in Somerset. It made me get on the Pennsylvania Turnpike. I guess a lot of these chargers are on the Turnpike, so it wants us to get on just to hit these, which hopefully it doesn't cost us much, but I think Pennsylvania will mail it in, so I won't know for a while. This is just another rest stop, so it's nothing interesting. Wants us to charge here for 30 minutes to continue, and then we'll go to Annapolis, Maryland. Right now it's 2:15. So we won't get into Maryland at the next charger until well into 6 o'clock maybe. Alright, we're still in Somerset, I think, right? Yeah. I ended the trip and then put it in again, and now it's saying, instead of sitting here way longer, that we can just go 50 miles to the next one, which I know is the less efficient way to do things. But it wanted us to go 200 miles to one. Right now the range says 252, but I'm worried that because I left my roof rack on and my bike racks that we might not even, I don't want to push it because the car, I don't know how well it adjusts for those, and I don't really care to push it. So I think since I put it in, I'm just gonna do this short stretch so that we don't have to try to do 200 plus miles in one leg and see. I think we would do it, but we're at 89 and we've been here very long. I spent $26. We're at 89% is what I meant. I think we would make it, but I just don't even. It says at full we would be at 285. But it rerouted us anyway, so I think I'll just do the reroute, which means I get to leave now, so I don't have to stay as long. But yeah, here's the roof rack setup. I have the Tesla rack and then two of these Yakima, I forget which one it is, but I think it's the front loader, but I have two of those up top, so they hinder our range some too. So I'm just gonna end it and then end it here. And then our next leg is just a quick hour to another supercharger in PA, and then what's after that? And then we'll have a longer leg after that. Alright, we're in Breezewood now at a sheet. This is the area. It's just like a normal off the highway, really boring. Just a McDonald's, a bunch of motels, and the sheets. Trying to find out why it's seemingly saying we lost 2 hours already. I thought when we left we were gonna get there at 8:30, but now it's saying 10:30, and I don't know if it's because I did like slightly different routes, or if maybe there's like traffic, but I hope we don't get in that late. Alright, so it has us charging, basically I'm at 90% state of charge. We're only pulling 28 kilowatts, and it wants us to charge for 20 minutes to get all the way. It wants us to go all the way down to this one in Delaware, but it wants us to charge here 20 more minutes even though I'm at 90. So I just showed all the chargers and I'm just gonna pick one. So I just plugged one in and we're just gonna go here, so that I don't have to sit here for 20 more minutes even though we're almost full. And I'll see if it'll save us any time doing it this way. I haven't had to do this before, but it seems like the trip planner is struggling on this one. So I'm going into Maryland off of the car's recommendation, and we're gonna see if I can get there before 10:42 like it says now. So I'm just gonna leave here now, and then I'll update when we get there and see if it turns out any better or not. Alright, I'm back on the road, but I just wanted to kind of chime in with a thought of why the trip might be ending up longer than we wanted it to, and it seems to be that I don't know if it's an awkward spacing between the chargers, but we end up stopping with like 50 or 60% of our battery left still, which, if you know, so when you're charging and you're already at 50%, the battery will taper off the charge speeds, so you'll start charging a lot slower. Whereas if your battery's empty, I'll pull 250 kilowatts, which is my max rate. So the fastest way to road trip is to go all the way down to 0, and then charge back up to like 60, and then leave, and then run it all the way back to 0, stopping more often but not charging past like 60, because you'll start to taper. Which last time it wasn't an issue because it was at least trying its best, but it seems like this time that might be the second time I've stopped with like 60% battery, and it could be my fault because I reset the trip, but it just doesn't, no matter who, like, it could be my fault, but also it's just taking longer because of it either way. So that's why I threw on a new stop here, which will run us down to 31%, and then I'm just gonna manually put in my stops and try to stay in the 0 to 60 range instead of like the, you know, like the 50 to 100 range, because you saw when I was just charging at 90%, we were pulling 28 kilowatts, which is just absurdly slow, and it's gonna make us sit there forever. So that's my guess on why. And I think it's just because that first charger might have been an awkward spacing between the next one for us to go, so it stopped us at 50, and then it's from there it's kind of spiraled with me resetting it and it not knowing where to go. So I'm just gonna manually do them, but we're still heading to that one in Maryland, so I'll meet back up there. Alright, so the car, it ended up trying to reroute us like 3 times on the way to the charger that I put in, thinking I could control it. And our theory at this point is that it's the bike rack and the roof rack, and that the car isn't adapting to having those, so it's not learning, and so it just keeps rerouting and acting funky. So after the third time it rerouted us, I just went ahead and reset it, because I really thought we could get to the one I put in even though it was rerouting us. So I just reset it to see what it would do, and it took us, so originally we were gonna go up, oh no, straight up to Baltimore, up here, and then over it, and then up here, and then straight down, and then over. And then when I re-put it in, I don't know why I wasn't offering this before, it took us under Baltimore to Annapolis, Maryland, and then over this bridge, which is a more direct shot, and it ended up adjusting our time back to the original prediction of 8:46. So all in all, it was a good thing, but it's definitely being funky, and I'm at this point gonna guess it's from the roof rack and that's causing, one, maybe less range, two, confusing the car, and three, well, I guess confusing the car is causing inefficient stop. We're at a Huawei. How do you say it? Huawei or Wawa?
I think it's Huawei, but I'm not sure.
We don't have these in Ohio, I don't think.
No, I don't think so.
So we're gonna go in and see if it's interesting or not. I'm guessing it's a Sheetz, but I'll show you guys if we get anything. So yeah, overall, I guess good thing. We might actually get there at 8:46. It only has us here 10 minutes. I shouldn't have wasted time. We're gonna go in and I'll update you before we leave. Alright, we just went in and it said, went in, used our bathroom and saw what they had, and it said we had enough to continue, so let's see what that means. Oh no, now it says charging needed, and 11:14 p.m.
What the heck?
I don't know.
Why does it want us to go up?
What the heck? Should I just leave and go?
You should just go that way.
Alright, I am just gonna leave and go the way that it originally said. Now it's rerouted us to go back all the way north, which is what added the time to begin with. So I don't know what's going on this bridge. Maybe there's traffic, but we're gonna just find out, because I'm not going around. Alright, well, I'll fill you in. Hopefully the car's just being stupid and there's nothing to the right. So once we get over this little bridge over the water, we're home to just drive the rest of the way.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. Alright, well, we're just gonna see what it does. There's probably other chargers if I had to, but I'm not going all the way back up. Alright, we just plugged it in our phone to see what was going on. It's because there's a toll road, and the tolls are on the other side of the bridge too, but so I guess that's why in this case, I don't know why it's been switching back and forth all day though anyways, but yeah, I guess that's why. So that was just a quick update. We're leaving and we're still going the same way over the water to see if it works, but I would definitely pay a little bit on tolls instead of going 3 extra hours. The only tolls I was really worried about was Pennsylvania, because last time they made me pay like $70 or something. So yep, it doesn't have us stopping, I think, so hopefully we're at the campsite next time we check in. Why does it have to go so high? Looks like a roller coaster, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Can't it just go straight over the water? We have to go up. I guess if it breaks, we were dead anyways. Look at the big carrying boats. It's very dark, but we made it. It's 9:18, but we went to the camp store already and we got some wood and fire starter and stuff like that. So we're just gonna cook up a meal, get the car set up. I've got it plugged in here. Over here is to our power. It's just a 50 amp, so we'll be pulling good power all night. Running the camp mode with the AC. Probably can't see it in here too good, but yeah, it's full. But we got the bed ready, or we will once we move our stuff. And we'll just have a fire and hang out.